Hey guys, it's Jason at All-Star Welding down here in South Carolina. Hope y'all are having a good day. It's a beautiful day today, but I don't have anything to do. So I thought I'd make a video. So I've got the Vulcan Outlaw 195 and we're gonna burn some sticks. So let me show you what I've got here. So we're gonna do a 60-10 3/32, 60-11 3/32, 60-13 3/32, 70-14 3/32, 70-18 3/32, and just for fun we're going to do a 70-18 5/32. Now if you're wondering, this is 1/4 inch plate mild steel, and I've got it cleaned up with the surface conditioner from Bauer that's available at Harbor Freight. That's why it looks so good. So let me get some gear on, and we're going to burn these sticks, and then afterwards, after I've done all of these beads, we'll clean up the slag and we'll take a look, see how they do. That 70-14, that rod is that package is about 2 years old, so I don't know if it's going to work out good, but we'll see, we'll find out. But let's burn some sticks and get started. So I did want to mention that on the Outlaw, I turned the arc force to 0. So there was no arc force being used, and the amp values that I got on what to use. So I had 3 sources. The Vulcan Outlaw has a little sticker up on top that tells you the recommended ranges. The boxes that the sticks came in, they've got their own ranges that they recommend to use. And then I went on the Miller app, and if you don't have the Miller app, go ahead and download that. That's pretty handy. But I used the Miller app to get their ranges. So some of them were like so far apart from each other. Some of them were pretty close, but I always say it's better to use what the manufacturer of the rod recommends to use. Second would be what the machine recommends to use, and then third is what the Miller app says to use, because I think they're basing it probably on their machines and their stuff. So that's why some of my numbers seem pretty low. So what I did was, like when it said 60 to 110, that's a pretty wide range. So I took the middle of that, and then I went to the other source and got the middle of that, and got the middle of the next source, and then averaged all 3 of them, and that's how I came up with the numbers. So let's get the slag pulled off of this, get them cleaned up, and take a look. That 6013 looks nice, really nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to hit these 2 with the brush. This is the 7014. It's kind of hard to get the slag off of there, so we're going to hit that with the wire wheel too. And we got the 7018. Oh yeah, that looks wonderful. That's the 5/32 7018, and then we've got the the 3/32 7018. Then we got the 5/32 7018. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That just comes right off. Nice. All right, so let me get the wire wheel on the angle grinder. We'll clean these up and take a closer look. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is the first one. It was 6010 3/32 at 65 amps. That laid down really good. That's really nice ripples on there, and 6010 and 6011. That's with me doing back and forth like this with the stick. 6010 looks identical to the 6013. You would use 6010. You can use 6010 on DC. 6011 you can use on AC or DC. So if you've got one of those, like a Lincoln Tombstone or something like that, that only does AC, you can still use the 6011 instead of the 6010. And both of these 3/32 is 65 amps. This is the 6013. Not a favorite rod of mine, but I know a lot of hobbyists use them. But that's a pretty good B for 6013. I like that. That came out looking really gorgeous, and that's at 65 amps too. And all of these I did on DC off the Vulcan Outlaw. 7014 I was kind of iffy on whether or not I wanted to add this in there, because these rods, that box of 7014, I've had for about 2 years, so I didn't know if they were any good or not. 7014 lays down a lot of material. It has a lot of iron powder in the flux, so it'll really lay down some good. It's okay for like doing some farm maintenance, you know, type of work like that. 7018 3/32 at 90 amps. You can see that looks really nice. That looks really good. It's a little uneven, but that's okay, because usually, you know, if I'm running a 7018, I'm gonna, you know, grind it down, do another pass, or I'm gonna do another pass next to it on either side. So, you know, still I'm pretty happy with that. 7018 5/32 at 160 amps. Might have been a little bit too much for this quarter plate, but that's a good looking bead. All of these ridges are nice and even, symmetrical, or maybe that's not the right word. They're consistent. That's what I'm looking for. Consistent. So these beads look consistent. That looks consistent. This looks horrible. Yeah, I shouldn't have even tried this, because those were old rods, and that just looks bad. 7014 isn't really used a whole lot. 6013 is used a lot. These beads look wonderful. May have to get a little bit closer to your computer to see the video, but those look really nice. The 6011 and the 6010, they both lay down really good. They are both identical, absolutely identical. You can run them both on DC, but if you only have an AC machine, 6011 is what you want to use, and you'll get the absolute same results out of a 6010, I mean out of a 6011, that you would with the 6010. Let me see if I can zoom in on some of this for you. Okay, so this is the 6010 3/32 at 65 amps. Let me see if I can get it to focus on that. You see those ridges are nice and consistent, looks good. And then the 6011, same size, same amps. I mean, that's totally identical to the 6010. You know, this is the 6013 3/32 at 65 amps. That looks pretty good. Consistent. 7014 3/32 at 100 amps. That looks like garbage. Not happy with that at all. 7018 3/32 at 90. That looks pretty good. I'm liking that. That looks nice. And then the 7018 5/32 at 160 amps. That laid down really nice also. Okay, so there you go. There's 6 different rods ran off the Vulcan Outlaw 195, my favorite welding machine, and what kind of results you can get. Even the 160 amp on that 5/32 looks pretty darn good. But anyway, if you got any questions, drop me a comment. If you got any comments, leave a comment. You know, if you're a subscriber to the channel, I appreciate it. Leave a comment. You know, I answer every single one of them. But I appreciate you guys, and have a good week.